Hi, I'm Delaney DeBajan, and today I'm going to talk about Shirley Temple for the Love-Hate debate. Shirley Temple was born April 23rd, 1928 in California. Her first movie contract was at 3 years old with low-budget films that I'll talk about later. Her contract with Fox Film came a little bit later, and that's where she made most of her big-budget movies. By 1940, she had made 43 films, and by 1949, at her retirement at age 20, she had made 60 films. FDR referred to Shirley Temple as Little Miss Miracle. She led the box office through the Great Depression, often outselling people like Clark Gable. She received Special Academy Award in 1934 specifically for her personality. She essentially saved 20th Century Fox from bankruptcy and Hollywood because people would pay money to make and to see Shirley Temple. And she also helped with a race relations milestone in 1935 when she held hands with an African American actor, and she was the first actress to do so. And while Shirley Temple made some positive, uplifting movies and she did a lot of good things for the country, the whole industry behind her is a little sketchy. And I think a good way to talk about it is through The Matrix, the cultural diamond that we talked about in The Matrix. So for the social world, she grew up and in the movies during the Great Depression era. And it was also the beginning of Hollywood stars and child stars and that whole industry. Shirley Temple was the culture object. She was young, charming, but she had a lot of adult mannerisms in the way she moved, the way she spoke. The creator is Educational Pictures, which is the first low-budget film company she used, where she made a series of pictures called Baby Burlesque, which was basically about baby prostitutes. And then she went on to Fox Film Company, obviously, and curated her uplifting, positive, but still kind of strange personality. And I think another creator would be the nation that was depressed. They sort of created this star that they needed, someone who was positive, someone who was cheerful. And The Receiver, while it seems like it would be made for children, most of the cast were adults, featuring adult themes. So I would argue that it was for adults, and high class and low class both watched it, but it was rags to riches stories usually, so it usually appealed with lower class. I'm against little the little Miss persona that Shirley Temple had and sort of the industry that she was opening up. Most of the time, she was an orphan girl in her movies, motherless, and had a very strange relationship with males. They were mostly male co-stars that she was trying to win over and sort of be sweet to and sort of get her way with them. She was flirtatious in her speaking and in her mannerisms. Her clothing could be considered suggestive, even though it was a style for them to be short. It was still, and the dance moves that she did and the way that she interacted with her male co-stars or was directed to. And it's still sort of unclear what the audience was and who it was. Was it men? Was it children? The themes were pretty strong for children, I think. So I'm really not sure that lands, but I think it opens up a conversation about what children were seen in the beginning of that industry. Who were they for? Were they for children or were they for adults?